66 million years ago, an asteroid slammed into the Earth's atmosphere, traveling 45 to 1000 miles per hour. The asteroid ripped a hole 18 miles deep in the Earth's crust, triggering devastating winds, seismic waves, and tsunamis. For decades, scientists have hypothesized what the asteroid whipped out the dinosaurs. The debris thrown into the atmosphere blocked out the sun, wiping out plants and the herbivores and the carnivores. And now, recently uncovered evidence provides a snapshot of exactly what happened on the day of the impact. Immediately after the asteroid struck, fiery spherules raining down, and 30-foot wave-tossed fish on shore, and winds up to 600 miles per hour tore through the air, shredding plant life. The evidence captures the devastation in more details than ever before, and the evidence might even debunk dinosaurs, conspiracy theories, or inspire new hit dinosaurs movies. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Journey History channel. A dinosaur looking up 66 million years ago might have spotted the asteroid as it approached Earth. The huge object flying towards the plants at 45 to 1000 miles per hour remained visible for about 60 hours before impact. Even before the asteroid struck, living creature feels its impact. As the asteroid smashed into the atmosphere, it created a shock wave what shook the Earth. The vaporized asteroid created a plume of fire that shot half feet to the moon. Enormous forest fires erupted in a 1,500 miles radius around the impact site due to both the initial impact and the subsequent Tektites. As the glass droplets fell from the sky, they reached an entry speed similar to the space shuttle, growing so hot they set fire to plants as they landed. Geologic evidence shows the fires burned about 70% of the Earth forests. In addition to the cataclysm blaze, geoscientist Clay Tabor and his colleagues at the University of Connecticut studied soot, sulfates, and dust to identify how the Earth was impacted by these spectacles. According to their results, published in the journal Geophysical Search Letters, soot disproportionately blocked heat and light from the sun, causing global cooling, disrupts the hydrological cycle, and prevents the growth of primary producers, which effectively starved marine life and interrupted the hydrologic cycle. The enormous asteroid struck the Western Hemisphere. The modern-day Yucatan Peninsula is located and created a crater 18 miles deep. The massive impact released more energy than 1 billion Hiroshima detonations. Due to the strike, its crust momentarily bounced back and peaked higher than Mount Everest before it broke apart. The impact threw 25 trillion metric tons of rock, ash, and debris into Earth's atmosphere. The dangerous material hotter than the sun's surface sparked fires for thousands of miles. The asteroid's impact created an enormous hole in the Earth's crust. Almost immediately, beasts of molten Earth flew into the atmosphere where they cooled into glass particles called Tektites. Within 15 minutes of the impact, Tektites rained down on Earth and continued to do so for nearly an hour. Recent evidence has shown these Tektites traveled great distance. They took leaves as far away as modern-day North Dakota. A fossil site this shows evidence of a mass extinction due to the asteroid impact and the subsequent events. The glass beads are believed to have burned vegetation when they landed due to their immense heat, and they fell in such high density what they clogged fish gills. When the meteor struck the Yucatan Peninsula, it created a blast of air that shrieked the surrounding land. According to scholars, winds reached speeds of over 600 miles per hour. The air blast and accompanying shock were completely wiped out life within 900 miles. Land were shrieked, animals were pulverized, and only a barren wasteland remained. At the tennis site in North Dakota, the day of the asteroid's arrival is draped in stone. Less than 10 minutes after impact, A 30-foot wave crashed into the tennis site. The wave threw two sounds of fish out a sandbar, trapping them as the water receded. Strajon gasped of the moody sandbar as fiery hot Tektites raining down on the fish for 10-20 minutes. Approximately 20 minutes after the asteroid's impact, a second wave reached the tennis site, burying the beached fish under a pile of gravel, sand and dirt. The massive disruption created a fossilized graveyard. The fossils show fish toothed on top of each other, with scorched three trunks, insects, part of triceratops and mammals. Some scientists still claim volcanic eruptions wiped out the dinosaurs rather than an asteroid, but new evidence suggests both may have contributed to the mass extinction. Then the asteroid smashed into Earth. It triggered magnitude 11 earthquakes, strong enough to be felt on the opposite side of the globe. The asteroid's impact may have led to volcanic eruptions in India. Nearly 200,000 square miles of lava spread across the region known as the Deccan Traps. This would have released disruptive, toxic gas into the atmosphere and generated enough ash to block out sunlight for years. Even after the Tektite rain and the tsunami stopped, the asteroid's effects continued to devastate the Cretaceous period. Debris from both the asteroid impact in the Western Hemisphere and volcanic activity in the Eastern Hemisphere blocked out the sun's light. The plants that survived the wildfires perished from lack of light. Without any plants, herbivores succumbed to starvation, and the carnivores quickly followed. Scientists have hypothesized that mass extinction eliminated 75% of all species and wiped out 99% of living organisms. For many years after, the Earth was toxic. Due to the asteroid's heat and impact, many minerals vaporized and released dangerous gases into the atmosphere, including greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and methane. One of the more immediately damaging effects, however, was from sulfur. Sulfur was introduced into the water cycle, created sulfuric acid and causing subsequent acid rain. Around the globe, the KT boundary, the time separating the Cretaceous and Tertiary periods, appears in rock as a layer rich in iridium. In fact, the iridium appears in the same concentration in meteorites, which led scientists in 1979 to originally suggest an asteroid impact wiped out the dinosaurs. The iridium came from pulverized asteroid, its dust raining down, potentially 4 years after the devastating impact. Recent discoveries help shed light on the asteroid's devastation. The most important, uncovered by paleontologist Robert De Palma, captures the first hour after the asteroid's impact in stunning details. De Palma explained it. This is the first mass assemblage of large organism anyone has found associated with the KT boundary. At no other KT boundary section on either can you find such a collection consisting of a large number of species representing different age of organism and different stage of life, all of which perished at the same time, on the same time. So, this is the Journey History channel, and sorry to my English.